Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Prahlad Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Narasimha, Prahlad Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Narasimha, जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतश्री श्रीमद श्रीवाद श्री भक्ति वेदांत श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, text number 14. Yasyanuragaplutaha sarasa Yasyanuragaplutaha sarasa Leelavaloka pratilabdhamanaha लीलावलोक प्रतिलब्धमाना व्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता व्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता धियो अवत् धियो अवत्स अवतास धियो अवतस्तुतु स्तुः किल कृत्य शेषा धियो अवतस्तुः किल कृत्य शेषाः धियो अवतस्तु किल कृत्य शेषा यस्यानुरागप्लुतः सरासा लीलावलोकप्रतिलब्धमानाः व्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता धियो वतस्तु किल कृत्य अशेषा यस्यानुरागप्लुतः सरासा लीलावलोकप्रतिलब्धमानाः व्रजस्त्रियो दृग्भिरनुप्रवृत्ता धियो वतस्तु किल कृत्य शेषा Yasyanuragaplutaha sarasa Yasya, whose, Anuraga, attachment, Pluta, enhanced by, Hasa, laughter, Rasa, humors, Leela, pastimes, Avaloka, glancing, Pratilabdha, obtained thereof, Manaha, anguished, Vraja striyaha, damsels of Vraja, Drigbihi, with the eyes, Anupravritta, following, Dhiyaha, by intelligence, Avatastuhu, sat silently, Kila, indeed, Kritya Shesha, without finishing household duties. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. The damsels of Vraja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchanges of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. Kindly repeat. The damsels of Vraja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchanges of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. Purport. In his boyhood of at Vrindavan, Lord Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend in transcendental love to all the girls his age. His love for them was so intense that there is no comparison to that ecstasy, and the damsels of Vraja were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Lord Krishna finally admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the Gopis and declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Although Gopis were seemingly anguished by Lord's teasing behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they could not tolerate the separation and used to follow him with their eyes and minds. They were so stunned by the situation that they could not finish their household duties. No one could excel him, even in the dealing of love exchanged between boys and girls. It is said in the revealed scriptures that Lord Krishna personally never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. He remains there eternally because of the transcendental love of the inhabitants. Thus, even though he is not visible at present, he is not away from Vrindavan for a moment. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So Uddhava, who is remembering the Lord, glorifying the Supreme Lord, his relation with the Gopis. Yasya Anuraga, attachment to the Supreme Lord by the Gopis so intense that they would follow him through their eyes and through their mind wherever the Lord went. So here Prabhupada uses, mentions in the purport, no one could excel him in the dealing of love exchanged between boys and girls. So in the today's world, we see so much of craze about relation between boys and girls. Especially now they are celebrating Valentine's Day. And they have created so many perverted celebrations. Some 8 days, one day chocolate day, one day gift day, one day some days and all. But even in that case also, Krishna is super excellent, even in the relation between boys and girls. So the relation between Krishna and Gopis, it appears like an ordinary boy and girl relation. But it is not the same. Through acharyas, through the shastras, we can see that they are all transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam. Everything, every activity of the Supreme Lord is transcendental. So we see Uddhava, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, transcendental personality. He is glorifying the activities of the Supreme Lord with the Gopis. Uddhava is not an ordinary person, very highly learned and also a great devotee of the Lord, detached from this material world. So such a personality, he is glorifying the relation between Gopis and Krishna. That means that relation was not an ordinary relation. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was a very strict sannyasi, he will not even allow the shadow of a woman to touch him. Women used to be afraid to go near Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. From far away they will have a glance on him. That strict Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is discussing about Radha Krishna Lila, Krishna's pastimes with the Gopis. He is relishing. So that means this was not a ordinary pastime. One who has given up everything, every mundane affair in this world, why he will get interested in another mundane affair of Krishna? So that means this relation between Krishna and the Gopis is not on the same level of any ordinary boy and girl. Another example Srila Prabhupada gives is Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami, who is so detached from this material world that he is not even wearing proper dress. He doesn't consider his body, completely detached. And when he is passing by a pond where women are bathing naked, they are not bothered even to cover themselves because they know Shukadeva Goswami is highly realized soul. For him, seeing a woman and seeing a stone, there is no difference. That is his realization. For us, there is a difference. One is attractive, one is not attractive. But for a self-realized soul, he doesn't see the difference between a stone and a beautiful woman. Because both he is thinking it is all kapha, pitta, vayu, it is all matter, jada vastu. We are thinking, no, this is a super attractive, that is not attractive. But because the spirit soul, because the self-realized soul, for him there is no difference. Just like a learned man sitting in the theater, he is seeing in the theater in the movie, so many actions and reactions are happening. Suddenly hero is killed and all the audience who are ignorant, they are sitting and crying. But a learned man knows, all this is light patch only. There is no hero there. That hero is also light patch, heroine also light patch, villain also light patch. Hero killing the villain is also light patch. So why I have to invest my attachment to that? But those who get absorbed into the movie, they keep crying, there's one news article had come. So I saw some movie. That movie ended in a controversial way. So after the movie is ended, two friends are discussing. No, they should not have done like that. That two people, they fought. They should not have done like that. The other fellow is telling, no, it is okay. And unfortunately, one fellow killed the other. In real. So for what happened in the light patches, Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki. So this is the absorption they have got, illusion. So you can just imagine, if an ordinary movie directed by ordinary man, we can get illusioned and become absorbed into that life. What a illusion Krishna has created. Tisargo mrisha. Muhyanti yat surayaha. The Supreme Lord has created this world. Muhyanti yat. Even demigods are bewildered. So that is the bewildering potency of the material energy of Maya Shakti. So, Shukadeva Goswami, for him there is no difference. He is realized. He knows these are all matter only. This is external energy of the Supreme Lord. It's like in a computer, everything that you see in the screen is 0 and 1. There was a movie, college time, some Matrix, some movie had come. That movie was that everything is world is software only. There is nothing real. What you are seeing is all software. But you are put into the software and made to feel that they are all real. So the hero is trying to figure out, basically self-realization. He is questioning whatever he is seeing around him. So, at the end climax of the movie, he realizes that all this is illusion. And when he doesn't see human being, he sees 0 and 1. Like that the movie has shown. And then he is able to conquer the illusion. Till then he is part of the illusion, he is getting emotionally driven. So like that. So similarly, when a spirit soul, self-realized soul, he sees all three gunas, sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. That's all. Just like that, 0, 1, 0, 1. Everywhere he is seeing 0 and 1. He realized. So like that, when a pure devotee self-realized, he sees all things are only part of reaction of three modes of material nature. Sattva, guna, raja. That's a software that is running this world. So Shukadeva Goswami, who is seeing the entire world run by three modes of material nature, he is discussing about Radha Krishna Leelas. He is talking about Krishna and Gopi. That means this is not part of Trigunas. This is transcendental love. This is not love of the material world. So, Srila Prabhupada also gives the logic that if you want to know Krishna, if you want to realize Krishna, the demand is that you have to give up everything material. So to that person whom you have to reach, you have to give up everything material. Why will that person be engaged in material activity? Why will that person be engaged in material activity? So, by proper logic, through Shastras, through the words of the spiritual master, we can understand that these relationships were not ordinary relation, they are transcendental, and they just don't belong to any transcendental category. They are actually the highest transcendental engagement, highest devotion. They are highest devotion. Even Bhishma Deva, who is a staunch brahmachari from his birth, from the time he taken vow, staunch brahmachari, he is glorifying that Gopis' devotion is the highest devotion. Bhishma Deva, who is considered the best example of a brahmachari, he is glorifying. So these activities are not ordinary activities. In one place, Srila Prabhupada mentions in the lecture, the Gopis' invention of worshipping Krishna was to remain always Krishna conscious, without material profit. So what is the speciality of the Gopis? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Ramya Kachit Vrajavadu Kalpita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying the highest worship is Gopis worship. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Gopir Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anudasa. Our mission is that we should become the followers of the Gopis. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. So what is that Gopis are doing? What is that following I am supposed to do? So Prabhupada says, the Gopis' invention of worshipping Krishna was to remain always Krishna conscious without material profit. So if it is misunderstood, so one is misunderstanding Krishna and Gopis' relationship as ordinary and imitating materialistic people. Another is also imitation by thinking that I have become Gopi and imitating a Gopi's bhava. But what is that meaning then? We have to follow. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying you become Dasa, Dasa, Anudasa, Gopis. So that is, Prabhupada is saying, remain always Krishna conscious without material profit. Whatever we do, service for Krishna. In exchange, I don't want anything. That is the highest devotion that Gopis have presented. That is what the devotees in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, that is what is taught. That is the super excellence of the Gopis. They never expected any return from Krishna. That was not their business. That is the first class worship. Krishna, you take whatever you like from us, but we do not ask anything. Neither do we have any need. This is the Gopis worship. We have got everything to give you, and we have no need to ask from you. This is Gopis Bhava. Srila Prabhupada gives another, narrates one story from Chaitanya Charitamrita. There was one devotee by name Ishan Krishna. Ishan Krishna is considered to be the most poorest. So he was living in a thatched hut. If it rains means suddenly all water will come into his house. And still he was living like that, worshipping Lord gorgeously but living in a thatched hut. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "Arey, why don't you ask Krishna? You are worshipping so nicely Krishna. Why don't you ask to have a good house? At least you are attached that you can." He says, no, I will not ask anything from Krishna. For me, I can live in this. I don't need. So that is a devotee's consciousness. That is the greatness of the Gopis. They don't ask anything for themselves. And they are ready to give everything for Krishna. Absorbed in Krishna's service. Absorbed in his in Krishna consciousness. Generally, Bhagavad Gita explains, Chaturvida bhajante mam, jananam sukrutino. 4 kinds of people will approach. Artho, artharthi, one who is in need of money, one who is distressed, one who is a jigyasu, he wants to know why this is happening, the phenomena in this world, and the one who, Jnani, one who is knowledgeable. Then Prabhupada says, even though they approach Krishna, they cannot be put into the category of devotees because they have motive. All the 4, they are only called Sukritina. They are not called devotees. They are not called Bhaktas. Bhakta means what? No motive at all. Ahaituki apratihata yayat. That is the devotion. Gopis have set the standard. Not in some commission. I will serve Krishna like this. Krishna should recognize me. Krishna should honor me. Krishna should respect me. No, nothing, none of it. Just going on serving and serving and serving. So then, but still they are called magnanimous souls by Krishna, because by gradually being in touch with Krishna, just like being in touch with fire, naturally the iron will become fire. Iron has to be in touch with fire, that's all. So by being constantly thinking of Krishna continuously, they will come to a point where they will give up their material desire. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, he approached Krishna with great desire, greatest desire to have a kingdom greater than his father. But then, even him, the moment he saw Krishna, all his desire was dissolved. So, Vandanam, offering prayer is service. But when this service is rendered for some motive to mitigate suffering, artha, artharthi, or to satisfy some queries, it is not pure devotion. Even if you have inquisitive, but for some material benefit, it is not pure devotion. So what is the special devotion of the Gopis? The Gopis' activities are the supreme platform of pure devotion. For them, there is no other business. The Gopis are not interested to know philosophically whether Krishna is God, although they are seeing at every step that Krishna is God. Even though they are seeing every day Krishna is killing one demon, and Gopas are coming and telling Gopis, no, you did like that, you did like that. And they are seeing personally so many magical feats Krishna is able to do. They are not bothered about it. They only love Krishna, that's all. They do not like to know whether Krishna is God or not. They want to love Krishna. Krishna may be God or not, it doesn't matter. Let's say actually it is surprising when you hear Krishna is telling, don't worship Indra, worship Govardhan hill. Suppose any ordinary boy, he comes and tells, don't do this puja like that. Immediately, it doesn't strike any a common logic. Why they will listen to a childish boy? But because they love him so much, Krishna decided they just forgot about Indra, they are worshipping Govardhan hill. If you logically try to understand this pastime, why did they listen to a small boy? Small boy, so many things they'll tell. Correct? They'll tell mother to cook this, that and all. But mother is intelligent, she uses her logic, little mature. So here also, why they listen to Krishna? The only reason is because they love him, that's all. Because Krishna decided, let us all worship Govardhan hill instead of Indra. And that's all. They loved him. They didn't ask much logic. And they followed whatever Krishna told. So, if you love somebody, there is no consideration what he is, whether he is rich man or poor man, educated or uneducated. Love has no such consideration. Similarly, the Gopis' love for Krishna was pure. There was no consideration that Krishna was God. Therefore, they wanted to dance with him. No, Krishna wanted to dance with them. Therefore, they came to Krishna. Not that Gopis are thinking Krishna is the highest personality, Supreme Lord. It is a great pride to dance with him, to stay next to him. Sometimes when we have this big event, some politicians will come and their chelas will be there next to them. They will push us and they will stand next to him for photos. Because he is a big man. And next, after 5 years, this fellow is no more in power. No one will bother him. So next, he will sit with another next powerful person. So that is business. I want to be with Krishna because Krishna is Supreme Lord. But Gopis are not thinking like that. They are not wanting to dance with Krishna because Krishna is Supreme Lord. They are dancing with Krishna because Krishna wants to dance with them. That's all. Krishna is calling by the vibration of his flute in the dead of night. So all these young gopis, they are all married. Some of them are mothers, immediately left their home. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Some of the gopis engaged in various activities at home. But when they saw Krishna is calling them, Karshan Venur Swanair, Gopir, Gopin, Nata Shriyastu Naha. When Krishna attracted them, Gopinath attracted them through his flute. The moment he started blowing his flute, immediately they all ran away, leaving wherever they are, half dressed, half decorated. They didn't even bother, what will society think if I go? Generally for a woman to leave home and go with another, but they didn't bother. That is the highest devotion. So, the gopis' intensity of love, Prabhupada says, because of that intensity, they attained equality with Krishna, oneness with Krishna. Therefore, they are able to dance with Krishna. They are able to chastise Krishna. And that position they achieved because they are engaged in Krishna's service without any material desire, without any motive. So, that kind of an absorption, Prabhupada says, is helpful so that when at the time of death we remember Krishna and we will be able to go back to Godhead. So, Sri Uddhava confirmed Lord Krishna's statement in Bhagavad Gita that one who takes shelter of him for the right purpose, be that person a Shudra, a woman, or a member of a low-grade family, will attain the highest goal of life. The Gopis have set the standard of devotion for the whole world. So it doesn't matter which background a person is. whether he is belonging to a particular religion, caste, creed, somehow or other if he is becoming devotee of Krishna or he chants Hare Krishna, he practices Krishna consciousness, immediately he will be able to become devotee, highest devotee. So that is the Gopis have set the standard of devotion for the whole world. One who follows in the footsteps of the Gopis by constantly thinking of Krishna can attain the highest perfectional stage of spiritual life. What is the highest standard of Gopis devotion? That is, follow in the footsteps of Gopis by constantly thinking of Krishna. That is the highest perfectional stage, constantly thinking. The Gopis were born not of any highly cultured family, but of cowherd men. They are not born highly cultured in cowherd men. Yet they developed the highest love of Krishna, who is Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Supreme Brahman. For self-realization or God realization, there is no need to take birth in a high family. The only thing needed is development of ecstatic love of God. For achieving perfection in Krishna consciousness, no qualification is required other than to be constantly engaged in the loving service of Krishna, the supreme nectar, the reservoir of all pleasure. The effect of taking up Krishna consciousness is just like that of drinking nectar. With or without one's knowledge, it will act. The active principle of Krishna consciousness will equally manifest itself everywhere. It does not matter how and where one has taken his birth. Krishna will bestow his benediction upon anyone who takes to Krishna consciousness without any doubt. Common man can understand the ecstasy of transcendental love between Radharani and Krishna. Common man cannot. Nor can he understand the transcendental flavor of transcendental love between Krishna and Gopis. Yet, if one tries to follow the footsteps of the Gopis, he may become situated in the highest stage of transcendental love. Thus, one who wants to be elevated to the transcendental stage of perfection should follow in the footsteps of the damsels of Vraja as an assistant maid servant of the Gopis. Srila Prabhupada is also of that category of pure devotee. And by following the footsteps, becoming the assistant of Srila Prabhupada in his preaching mission, we are all actually following Gopir Bhartur, Padakamalyor, Dasa Dasa Anu Dasaha. This development of conjugal love can be possible only with those who are already engaged in following the regulative principles of devotional service, specifically in the worship of Radha and Krishna in the temple. So conjugal love, that relation between Radha and Gopis and Krishna, is possible for any man, any ordinary. One who is engaged in regulative principles of worship of Radha Krishna in the temple. Such devotees gradually develop a spontaneous love for the deity, and by hearing the Lord's exchanges of loving affairs with the Gopis, they gradually become attracted to these pastimes. After this spontaneous attraction becomes highly developed, the devotee is placed in either of the above mentioned categories. Prabhupada says there are two kinds of conjugal love. One is direct, one is indirect. Directly connecting with Krishna. And then there is indirect. By hearing the pastimes of Radha Krishna, enjoying that. So there are two. So any category, a devotee can be elevated if he engages in Radha Krishna worship in a regulated way, the deity service, and hears the glories of Radha Krishna. Both things. Bhagavata Vidhi, Pacharatrika Vidhi. Both are important. Deity service and hearing of the glories of the Supreme Lord. So, that is the greatest contribution that Srila Prabhupada has given to us. We should be so much grateful to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Srila Prabhupada. Highest devotion is given Whether we are qualified or not, opportunity is given. And if we are serious, you take up the class of devotion, the standard of devotion that Gopis are practicing. What is that standard? Serving Krishna without any motive. Absorbed in Krishna's service. So much absorption, there is no opportunity for any other thought. Wherever Krishna is going, their mind is going there. So therefore, a devotee who is engaged, more and more service, more and more. You should be asking, demanding more service. Because more service is more absorption. No, I want to do peacefully one service. Perfectly I will do it and be happy with that perfection. No, more and more. So much service should be there, their problem, this problem, that problem. Absorbed. The problem is, that problem is not the real problem. The problem is actually we are not remembering Krishna. And by having so many problems in devotional service, we are absorbed in solving all those problems. We are actually absorbed in Krishna. See, what are Gopis thinking? How to serve Krishna? They are always thinking, when Krishna comes, I will cook like this. When Krishna comes, I will play a song like this. When Krishna comes. That's what a devotee also is, absorbed. So therefore, a problem in devotional service is not actually a problem. It is absorption in Krishna's service. When Maharaj Yudhishthira was shocked, when Shishupala's Atma enters into Krishna's body, he asked Narada Muni, "Hare, how is this possible? He is a demon number one." So Narada Muni explains, because he was so much envious of Krishna, his intensity of absorption in Krishna's thought was so great. Naturally, he became purified. So Narada Muni says, therefore a demon is little advantageous because he is so much absorbed. So much, oh, Krishna, why is he doing that? Why is he his enemy? And therefore they get liberated. So, of course, it is not that Narada Muni is saying you become envious of Krishna. Narada Muni is saying the absorption in Krishna. That is important. Absorption in devotion service. Absorption. There should be no scope of any other thinking other than service. So much absorption has to be there. Generally, where we get absorbed, wherever there is problem, then only our absorption goes. If things are very... Therefore, Prabhupada says, one devotee asked Prabhupada, how can we serve you? Prabhupada says, through your anxiety. The moment we hear anxiety, we become anxious. But a devotee is happy. He is praying to the Lord, my Lord, please give me more problem, so that I remain absorbed in your thoughts. Of course, we should not create problem and absorb in creation. It should come out of Krishna's mercy. For that we should go on increasing our devotional service, more and more service, more and more service. And any problem comes in service, it is a blessing of the Lord. You should not expect honor, respect, good emotional pleasures. No, absorbed, that's all. Absorbed in service, emotional pleasure, displeasure converted into opportunity for absorption in Krishna's service. That's all. So that is the standard Gopis have set, and that we are all supposed to follow. So that opportunity, that great blessing, fortune, all of us have got. So we should be so much thankful. Every day we need to be thankful to Prabhupada. Why every day? Every moment we need to be thankful. He has given such an opportunity where we all can engage in conjugal love of the Supreme Lord. Opportunity to come to that position and make the best utilization in this rarest possible opportunity. Any questions? Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.